Marcus Aurelius ruled the most powerful empire on earth, and every single morning, before he touched any of that power, he wrote himself a private note, not a to-do list, a warning. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous and surly. He wasn't being pessimistic, he was preparing. Because he knew something most founders learn the hard way, usually after they've already burned out, lost a co-founder, or watched a deal fall apart because they reacted instead of responding. The day doesn't wait for you to be ready. So you get ready first. That's what this video is about. 11 morning habits, pulled directly from Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, that the founders who last 20 years actually practice. Not the founders who have one good year and disappear, the ones who are still building a decade later, still calm under pressure, still making decisions that hold up. If you've clicked on this expecting motivational fluff, this isn't that. This is an operating system. Stay with me, because habit 7 is the one most founders get completely backwards, and it's probably costing you more than you realize. Let's start. Habit 1. You control your response before you control anything else. Marcus Aurelius wrote it plainly. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Before you open Slack, before you check the metrics dashboard, before that one investor email you've been dreading, you decide in advance that none of it gets to dictate your state. Founders who skip this step let the first notification of the day set the emotional tone for the next 12 hours. You don't have that luxury. Habit 2. You separate what's yours from what isn't. Epictetus, whose ideas shaped both Marcus and Seneca, drew a hard line between what's in your control and what isn't. Your effort, your integrity, your decisions, those are yours. The market, your competitor's funding round, whether a client signs, not yours. Every morning before your first meeting, ask yourself which parts of today's stress actually belong to you. Most of it doesn't. You're just carrying weight that was never yours to hold. Habit 3. You review yesterday without flinching. Seneca did this every single night, but the effect shows up in how a person starts the next day. I examine my entire day and go back over what I've done and said, he wrote, hiding nothing from myself, passing nothing by. You don't get to lie to yourself about the mistake you made in that pitch, or the way you snapped at your co-founder. You look at it directly, once, without spiraling, and then you move forward lighter, instead of heavier. Habit 4. You rehearse the bad outcome before it happens. This is called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of adversity. Marcus practiced imagining loss, failure and setback before the day began, so that if they arrived, they weren't a shock. You run the worst-case scenario for today's biggest risk, whether that's a funding call, a product launch, or a hard conversation with a team member, not to catastrophize, so that if it happens, you've already been there in your mind and it doesn't own you. Habit 5. You guard your first hour like it's the only asset you have. Marcus warned against scattering yourself. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. Your first hour is where your reasoning is sharpest and least contaminated by other people's demands. You protect it fiercely. No inbox, no group chat, no calendar invite gets that hour before you've decided what matters most for the day. Habit 6. You do the hard thing your body doesn't want to do. Seneca believed in hardening yourself on purpose, deliberately choosing discomfort so real hardship couldn't surprise you. Cold water, simple food, Physical exertion before comfort. You build a small daily ritual of discomfort. A cold shower, a hard workout, a fast. It's not about the physical benefit alone. It's proof every single morning that you can do something difficult before anyone's watching, and before you have to. Now, if you've stuck around this long, you already understand something most people watching morning routine videos never grasp. This isn't about productivity hacks. It's about building a founder who can't be shaken. And the next habit is the one that separates people who talk about Stoicism from people who actually live it. Habit 7. You stop performing for an audience that isn't there. Marcus wrote something founders desperately need to hear. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. You are not building your morning routine for LinkedIn. You're not journaling so you can post about journaling. The moment your discipline becomes content before it becomes character, you've lost the entire point. Do the work in private. Let the results speak later. Habit 8. You set an intention, not a task list. Before Marcus wrote a single line about strategy, he wrote about character. Concentrate every minute like a Roman, like a man, on doing what's in front of you with precision. Your task list tells you what to do. Your intention tells you who to be while doing it. Before you open your calendar, decide, today, am I being patient, decisive, honest? That decision shapes every meeting more than any productivity system will. Habit 9. You accept that people will disappoint you, and you proceed anyway. This is the same passage from the very start of this video. Marcus expected difficult people before he met a single one that day. He wasn't naive about human nature, and he didn't let that expectation turn into cynicism. You walk into your first meeting assuming someone might be short with you, might drop the ball, might disagree unreasonably. When it happens, you're not shocked. You're already past it, because you decided at 6 in the morning that it wouldn't derail you. Habit 10. You remember this day is not guaranteed. Marcus returned to this constantly. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. This isn't morbid. It's clarifying. You ask yourself, if this were the last version of today you got, would you spend it on the argument you're about to pick, or the thing you've been avoiding? Founders who sit with this question tend to stop wasting mornings on things that don't matter. Habit 11. You write it down. Everything Marcus Aurelius left us exists because he wrote to himself every morning. In a private notebook never meant for anyone else's eyes, Meditations wasn't written for readers. It was written for one person trying to become slightly better than he was the day before. You do the same. A few lines every morning before the noise starts. Not for an audience, for the only person who has to live inside your decisions today. 11 habits. None of them require money. None of them require permission. They require you to sit still for 10 minutes before the world gets its hands on you. Marcus Aurelius ran an empire with these principles. You're running something smaller, but to you, it's everything. The same discipline applies. If one of these 11 hit you differently than the rest, tell me which one in the comments. I read every single one, and it tells me exactly what to cover next. If you want more of this, the kind of Stoic thinking built specifically for people building something real, subscribe. New videos on this channel every week, built for founders who'd rather be steady than loud. Marcus wrote his notes almost 2,000 years ago, and they still work today. Go write yours.